evening. Mission of Keep Moving. The Keep Moving program improves the lives of people over age 50 by promoting physical activity to help prevent and postpone chronic disease, build healthy bodies and minds, and keep individuals socially connected. How do you do? My name is Mark Meal, and I am the leader of the Keep Moving program in the town of North Reading. The Keep Moving program is a program of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts Executive Office of Health and Human Services. They want every town in the Commonwealth to have a walking club, and we are the Wednesday Walkers. Wednesday Walkers get together on Wednesday. Every day is a walking day, but Wednesday is the club walking day. We get together here at the Edith O'Leary Senior Center in North Reading at 5:30 on Wednesdays. So the Wednesday Walkers is a walking club, and it has been launched. This is our fourth meeting. We started back in April, and today is April 12th, 2010. We started on April 31st, and this is our fourth get-together. The walking club typically has a PowerPoint presentation followed by a 2-mile walk around Ipswich River Park. We plan in about a month from now to take a walk, instead of around Ipswich River Park, around the new $3 million AstroTurf playing field that we have at the high school. And as we find the places where people like to go walking, we plan to extend and walk other places around town. So the Keep Moving program is a statewide network of community-based walking clubs, and it promotes physical activity, fitness, and socialization, primarily for people over age 50, although it is open to all residents of North Reading and beyond. You don't actually have to be a resident of North Reading, and you don't have to be somebody who's over age 50 either. There's an intergenerational aspect. We have some young people that walk with us, and that always adds to the fun, a nice mix of people. Although the over age 50 group will benefit the most from walking, I hope that people of all ages will come along, because walking is really something that promotes social connections and is a pleasant thing to do. It's a pleasant activity. The idea, though, and the importance of walking for people over age 50 is that it postpones chronic disease, and that is an underlying truth about activity. You may have heard the expression, use it or lose it. Well, if you don't walk and you don't do something to move about, you really are not going to be able to postpone the onset of the inevitable diseases of aging. So walking is really, it's a wonderful form of exercise. Even for people that have arthritis, it's good to move around and to walk. There are other aspects of this program as well. We get together to walk, but we also get together to educate ourselves. Good nutrition is part of the program. As is education. We have a number of handouts here. We have hats and pedometers. Last week we talked about the healthy eating pyramid with quick tips, and also ways to manage one's diet, which are simple and straightforward and easy to understand. Again, goal is to push our sick years out to the end of our lives and regain those 10 or 20 years of good health. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Lillian. People are starting to gather now. We have club membership registration forms. Registration is free. You just fill out one of these and that makes you a member. Get a hat. And this evening we're going to have a special presentation. The special presentation is going to be given by Meg Robinson. She's an advocate for better sidewalks in our community. And probably the next scene you will be seeing will be Meg. She's going to be giving us a PowerPoint presentation about the walkability aspects of our community. This has already been given to our selectmen, and since she's an advocate and a member of the Wednesday Walkers, she's going to give us the same presentation. So Wednesday is Walking Day. Please join the Wednesday Walkers, 5:30 every Wednesday, rain or shine, at the Edith O'Leary Senior Center in North Reading, Massachusetts. Thank you.
We are doing a presentation today on a presentation we made for the selectmen on a pedestrian advisory committee. My name is Meg Robertson, and this is Monica Gregoire, who helped me with this presentation. And this is the PowerPoint that we showed. Okay, we're trying to put a pedestrian group together for a pedestrian advisory group together for the town of North Reading, and we made a presentation to the selectmen. And this is Walk North Reading. I wanted to show that there are people who walk in the snow. This is a former Girl Scout troop of mine. We walked back and forth from the school to my house in all kinds of weather because I did not have a car that was big enough to hold all these girls. So at the meeting, we had a meeting, they had to walk because there was no way to get to my house. So we walked in all kinds of weather. Okay, hopefully. Oh, no, something. Here we go. Walkability has been long a cornerstone of a livable community. The traditional New England town was built around a town square, and that's the original walkable communities. Everything was at the town square that you could walk to. The benefits of a walkable community is walkable communities are economically stable. Children and parents are able to walk to schools, parks, and other community settings. Older residents are able to age in place. Decreased traffic. If walking options are available, access to businesses and community sites for short trips that people walk rather than drive. And property values increase in walkable communities. The benefits of walking are it's the most popular form of physical activity in the United States, and it's free. It's very easy to do. Almost everybody can do it. About 40% of all trips are shorter than 2 miles, a 30-minute walk or a 10-minute bike ride. So a lot of trips that we do on errands and whatnot are within 2 miles. It's a lot cheaper to walk, and it's good for neighborhoods. When more folks are walking, it's easy to meet neighbors. This is a quote from Walk.org website. Better conditions for walking have intangible benefits to the quality of life in cities and towns. In a growing number of communities, the level of walking is considered an indicator of a community's livability, a factor that has a profound impact on attracting businesses. In towns where people can regularly be seen walking, there is a sense that these are safe and friendly places to live. And this is a picture of the hornet's nest in downtown. And most people think no one walks. I never see anybody walking. Well, in North Reading, there are a lot of people who walk. Families, and the 200 census data shows that about 27% of North Reading population was under the age of 18. Children, approximately 10% of the population in 2000 was between the ages of 10 and 16. The 2009 town report states there's almost 3,000 school-age students in North Reading. There are a lot of dog owners in North Reading. As of 2009, there are 620 dogs have been registered in North Reading, and I'm sure there's a few that are not registered. Older residents, there's 10% of the North Reading population is 65 or older. Again, that's the 2000 census. The Senior Center Town Report in 2009 states that 18% of the population is 60 or older. And Mark mentioned at one of our meetings that the population of people over the age of 60 or 65 was equal to the amount of children attending school. So it's about 3,000 per each group, which was a really interesting statistic, I thought. Residents who have disabilities want to get around if they don't have access to a car. The U.S. Census estimates 10% of the population has a disability. In North Reading, there are 51 residents who are legally blind. That means they can't drive. Hopefully they have someone that access to a car. If not, they're kind of stranded. The purpose of our committee is to improve and enhance pedestrian access in North Reading. Wednesday walkers. This is a picture of us walking down at Ipswich River Park. This is last week or the week before, I think. So Wednesday walkers, people walk. The Pedestrian Advisory Committee, why is there a need? Is everybody can be a pedestrian. North Reading is no longer a rural town. It has over 14,000 residents. And there's lots of cars. There's 17,000 assessed motor vehicles or trailers in North Reading for the year 2009. That's a pretty big statistic. And most of those are cars. They're not trailers. They're either cars or motorcycles. Another big issue is there's a lot of traffic. I don't know, driving around town, there's a lot of traffic. And a lot of that traffic is short trips. Walkability within communities, it improves the connectivity within the community, connecting pedestrian routes to parks, businesses, schools, community centers, etc. If people could walk from point A to point B more easily, more people would do that. The goals of the committee. We address the snow sidewalk removal issues and update the bylaw. That's one of the things that we would like to look at. One of the issues with the snow removal is that even if it melts, there are still mounds of snow near where driveways are. And those don't melt for weeks after most of the sidewalks are clear. So you still can't get through the sidewalks if even most of it's clear. It's a picture of people walking through the snow. This is a gentleman that is at McLaughlin House, and he's trying to negotiate a curb and a snow sidewalk. Just to get around to Dunkin' Donuts. He can't get there from his house, which is next door to Dunkin' Donuts. We want to raise awareness of a citizen's responsibility to clear snow from sidewalks abutting one's property. When I was growing up, we shoveled our sidewalks. Everybody did. That was something you did. For some reason, because people stopped walking, people stopped shoveling their sidewalks. And that's something we want to raise awareness that. If you have a sidewalk, you really should be shoveling it, or helping get someone to shovel it for you. We want to do pedestrian education. I don't know if you can see with this picture, there's somebody walking in the mid-street crossing on 28. That's a 4-lane highway. When I was doing some of these photographs that morning, that was the third person I saw doing this exact same thing in a different section of 28. And one of the reasons for that is there's very limited pedestrian access to cross at 28 and Park, and the only other good crossing possibly is the one up at Winter and Park near St. Teresa's, because there's no other pedestrian crossing in those areas. This is a site of the accidents. We had the fatality that was last February, I think. This is on 28, so I was trying to cross from one side where the red truck is to the opposite side, and she was hit and killed. And I'm sure when she dropped off her car in the morning, there wasn't a lot of traffic, and she thought she wouldn't have a problem. And coming back, it was much darker, and unfortunately the car didn't see her when she was trying to cross.